Princess Dupor with Fathom Realty. I want to go over today's live update for the Dallas Fort Worth market. I had to come on here and just really give you an update of what's going on in this market again. There is some changes. One of the major changes that I want to bring to your attention is that the Feds, the Federal Reserve, they went on ahead and they increased the actual interest, the actual interest amount. Okay. So they did go up on the interest rates to a certain degree, right? So I just want to put that out there. However, I still want to bring to your attention the importance that if you're in a position to buy, go ahead and buy. Okay. I hear a lot. I hear some people saying that they want to wait until the market, quote unquote, crashes, similar to what happened in 2008, 2009. I just want to let you know something. The market is not going to crash like that. Okay. You have to understand what took place during that time in the real estate, in the lending time. You have to know what took place during that time to understand why things went the way it went. First of all, people were being lended to that should not have gotten a mortgage, basically. Okay. People have gotten a mortgage that should not have gotten a mortgage and things like that. All right. So I just want to really bring understanding. The market is not going to crash. Okay, I know that history repeats itself, and many people say that, oh, what goes up comes down, and da 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 da. But at the same time, this market is not quite in an unhealthy market. Actually, if I can be honest with you, the market is becoming more healthy. Okay, people didn't think that it was healthy. People felt that it was more healthy because a lot of sellers, when they were selling, they were able to get multiple bidding wars, and there was such low inventory. That really wasn't a normal market, if I can be honest with you. And the reason why it wasn't normal is because we were in the midst of a pandemic. Okay. So things had to go in a way that would motivate people to still drive in the real estate market. We still had to have room where buyers would still buy in real estate and sellers would be able to sell. Actually, before the market changed, recently, the market was it was upside down. It was just only a seller's market. Okay. And this is why you have people that bought homes that they really didn't like. Okay. They really didn't want to have, but because they wanted to take advantage of the low interest rates and there wasn't a lot of inventory to compensate for all the buyers that were trying to buy at that time, it made the market unhealthy. So actually, with the interest rates going up, I think it's about 6%. Some people you can find it at 5%, okay, depending on your credit score, depending on the lender that you actually use to utilize to get a mortgage or whatever the case may be. The mortgage interest rates are actually normal. And if I can be honest with you, it's still nowhere where it was 10 years ago. Okay, there's some people with mortgage interest rates at all the way at 10%. Okay, 9%, whatever the case may be. I mean, we might be close, but it's not, to me, it's not as bad. And I'd say this, but I said this before, and I'm going to say it again. The interest rates is no match for the renting. Okay. Because my thing is, it's 100% for renting. And overall, at least, here's the thing, interest rates go up and down. They fluctuate all the time. What you will see today, you won't see tomorrow. Any lender, any financial institution will tell you that. What you see today, you won't see tomorrow. What you see next week wasn't what it was last week. Okay. So interest rates fluctuate all the time. Here's the thing. If the mortgage price is going up, where is the competition? Renting. And at least when you buy a home, if you really, how they say, literally marry the home, but date the interest rate, because you literally can date the interest rate. Right? You're literally in a position when you buy a home, you can refinance 6 months down the line, a year down the line, especially when the rates drop, because they do go up and down. They drop and they go back up, then they drop. Sometimes they stay stable and then they drop. My point to you is, I don't care what anybody says, buying a home, I don't care what nobody says, buying a home will always be better than renting. Always, because there's so many things you can do with owning your own home. Okay, when you don't own that property, there's a lot of limitations you have. And I put out a post the other day, actually, that buying a home, felons can buy a home. Those who have a felon, a crime, a criminal record, they can actually buy a home. Okay. Now they might have certain zip codes that they might not be able to do, but they can buy a home when you have a felony. Try doing that when you're trying to rent. Because 9 times out of 10, they don't want you there if you have too many records, if you have too much on your name, and specifically certain things on your name. Okay. Like those who's pedophiles, things like that, specifically things like that. A lot of these rental, like these homeowners, a lot of these people, these property complex, these townhome management, a lot of them don't want to even fool with you. Okay. So I just want people to understand there is a lot of benefits with buying a home. You cannot look at the rate. You cannot look at the interest rate because the interest rates fluctuate all the time. And you can always refinance. I don't care what no one says. You can refinance when you have built more credit. And by that time that you refinance, there's no telling the equity that you would come into in your home. Equity is what the price of the home versus the actual value of it, right? I know last year and a little bit in 2020, you would hear people say, "Oh, I had to pay more out of pocket because the home that I actually wanted, it didn't appraise at the listing price," which means they were negative in equity. I just want you to know 9 times out of 10, you might be negative. The property might depreciate at that moment. And then maybe a couple of months later, or if something comes to bring value to your home or your area, your home will go right back up to equity. It will go right back up in the price, the value of it, right? So what I'm saying is today, here's the update. Interest rate did go up some more, okay? And they're planning, from my understanding, they're planning to go up again by the end of the year, something like that. They planning to do it, they may not do it. But overall, this is a healthy market. This is really a healthy market. Okay. This is a healthy market for buyers and for sellers. And for the sellers, for those that want to sell your home and you want to make profit, for even let me say this. There might be some sellers out there you may not want to sell. You might want to actually turn your property into a rental, okay, and make residual income. What I'm saying is when you rent from somebody, you have no room to do that. Okay. You have no room to do that. Also, homeowners, they have a lot of benefits, a lot of state programs. A lot of times lenders will work with you when you're behind on your payment. Try being behind for 2 weeks on a rental property and see how well you sustain without being evicted. Okay. I'm just being honest with you. There is a lot of benefits that go with owning your own home. Okay. For those that do own your own home, you know what I'm talking about. You have a possibility to do a forbearance. You have a possibility to do what we call a remodification on your loan where you have some extended times. And a lot of times these lenders will work with you when you're behind on your mortgage payment. Okay. A lot of times they'll work with you. You can be 30 days behind. I mean, that's not good and it will affect your credit or whatnot. But what I'm saying is you have more wiggle and programs and assistance with owning your own home than you do with renting because it's not yours. They don't have to deal with it. And at the end of the day, the competition is in the renting now. It always have been. Because if people cannot buy, always remember this. If I can't buy and pay my own mortgage, I'm going to have to pay somebody else's mortgage and rent. Right? So there's where the competition is. So my heart is for people that decide to keep renting. I understand you want to put yourself in a position. And let me say this market is the type of market that you could have a certain amount saved up and probably get some seller's concession. How do I know? God has blessed me where I've been able to close quality deals. And whether the market was a seller's market or not, and which is kind of balancing itself out, I was able to get still closing costs for my clients. Okay. There's a way to negotiate. There's a way to work with people. There's a way to have that skill as a realtor to actually speak for your client and get them the best out of the deal. So whether we was last year or this year or the year before that or the year before that, I still was getting quality deals for my clients. But what I'm saying is you can come into this market right now, maybe 6,000 saved up. right? And especially if you have a certain credit score, about 620, 600, 620, really 620 or more, you can get what we get, a first time home buyer grant, as long as you don't go over the actual income limits for the county that you want to buy in Texas, right? So what I'm saying is, this is actually the time to buy and come and ask for some closing costs. Okay. This is the time to actually buy and get some real good incentives from builders. This is the time to actually buy and not have to worry about waiving your appraisal contingency. If I can be honest with you, but you're looking at the interest rate is so high, the interest rate is so high. Baby, the interest rate, it changes every day, but the rental don't. And if anything, every time you renew your lease, they're going to keep going up. The blessing is with buying a home, you worry about the same mortgage payment. The only time it goes up is when it comes to taxes and homeowners insurance. Okay, something of that. But even then, that's good. Anytime your home increase in value, which means it's growing in equity, you just pay a little bit more in taxes and maybe homeowners insurance, depending on the insurance company that you chose. Okay. But what I'm saying is, that's better than every 6 months and every year your rent just keep going up and keep going up and keep going up. And can I be honest with you? The rental amount that you're paying, that's not even the regular. Right now, I guarantee you, you're paying above the market price for the renting, depending on the location you're in, depending on what you have, whether it's a home, if you're in an apartment complex, or whatever the case may be. These property owners, and I'm not throwing any shade, but these property owners, I guarantee you, they're not even asking for the market value of the rent. You better believe that they're asking above the market, and they can. So here's today's update. Interest rates did go up. Interest rates change every day. Every day, the interest rates might change. Okay. I would rather for you to buy and be able to get closing costs, seller concession, be able to buy and be able to make the most of your position to buy and refinance later than to wait for the market to so called crash. Now you're going to be competing with investors. Now you're going to be competing with people who got all cash and they're going to knock you out of the market. Either way it go, either way it go, it doesn't matter what market we in. I told you over and over again, this is my motto. What matters is who is representing you. Okay? Because if you don't have the right realtor and the right lender by your side, that's not if you're using all cash. To my cash buyers, this is a good time for you too. Because somewhere along the line, you don't have to worry about appraisal contingency, and you might be able to offer lower even though you have all the cash. So to my cash buyers, this is very ideal for you. Okay. Because if that home is, well, I ain't gonna give too much, but if this home been sitting out there a little bit longer, you may not have to use all the cash you got. Okay. So I'm just saying. But what matters is having the right person by your side, whether you're trying to buy or sell. And to my sellers, I'm gonna say it again. I've said it before. You really need a skilled agent. Please hear me. You need a skilled agent. You We're not in a time where you can just put out any price and expect to have multiple bids and expect for people to pay over that price and be willing to do that appraisal contingency waiver. We're not there anymore. So if you don't have somebody skilled on that price that they're listing you at, be ready to sit for a long time. And in the midst of you sitting, be ready to have to keep bringing down your price, bring it down your price. And the thing about that is, when buyers catch that you don't know what you're doing on your price, you open the door for lowball offers. When I keep seeing you have to keep bringing your price down 20,000, 10,000, it makes a buyer think, so why did you list it at the price that you listed at? You know? So you need the right person that's skilled, that knows how to bring the perfect price and high advertisement. I got some other pointers. I'll save that for somebody for consultation. But high advertisement. Everybody's not on MLS. Everybody's not on Zillow. Everybody don't care for Redfin. Everybody don't care for realtor.com. You got to be able to get your home out there. Okay? You got to get your home out there to people that will probably match what you're wanting in your purchase. Okay. It's so much I can say, but today I just wanted to do a live update of what's going on in this market. Okay. Interest rates have gone up. Interest rates fluctuate all the time. Don't let that be the reason why you don't take advantage of this market. Don't let that be the reason why you don't make your move. Because I say it again, I'm going to say it one more time and I'm going to close. Either you're going to pay somebody else's mortgage or you're going to pay your own. I'm sorry. If I got to pay a certain amount in rent, I need to come on and buy my own. Okay? When you got to pay $1,900 for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment, you need to get in a mortgage. Okay? No disrespect. When I got to pay 2,000 and more for a home, for a 3-bedroom, 2020, I know some people paying straight 2,300, 2,500 for a 3-bedroom home when you can own your own and you can have less than perfect credit. That's my next point. Because with renting, if you got somebody at a 620 credit score and yours is only at 540, who do you think that homeowner is going to go with? Exactly. But buying a home, you can buy a home at a 500 credit score and money saved up. You can buy a home at 580 or more in credit score and not have to worry about a seller knowing your business. But you can't do that with renting. They're going to look at your pay stubs. See, that's the other thing. The actual owner, when you're trying to rent out a home, they're going to look over all your private information because it's their property. Right? When you're buying a home, the only person that has access to your private information, how much you're really making, if you've been laid off, if you're on SSI or whatever the case may be, is that actual lender and that realtor, if you share it with them. Okay. So this is today's live update. Please, please, please stop letting the interest rates put you in fear. Stop. Okay, because the biggest fear you need to have is if that landlord or property manager for the apartment you rented out, if they see somebody else that come with a little bit more money than what they're asking in the rent, and their credit is better than yours, and they make 4 times the rent and not 3 times the rent like you, that needs to be your fear. I'm just being straight up honest with you today. Okay. So if you're interested in buying or selling, get at me. I would definitely love to hold your hand. I love making your experience less stressful. I like keeping my clients happy. I like to bring you excellence. I like to glorify God in what I do in business. And I would love to continue to change lives one home at a time, continuing with you. So if you're interested, if you want to sell, again, you need that game changer. You need that game changer, or you'll be like everybody else, where you're sitting here, not getting anywhere, still haven't sold your home. And God help if you're trying to get a new build, God help you. Right? Okay. So if you're interested in doing either or, call me, email me. Let's have a consultation. Let me know what's going on with you, and I'll be able to guide you through. God has blessed me with a lot of resources. I'll be able to guide you to the right lender. I have 5 of them, and most of them are mortgage brokers. I'll be able to guide you to them and let you know what you need before they talk to you. Okay. And be walking you through that whole process, holding your hand, explaining, giving you education. You'll never be in the dark with me. Okay. So if you're interested, call me, text me, email me. Let's have consultation. This is today's live update. Realtor Princess Dupor. Have a blessed Saturday. Bye bye.